What's going on, everybody? My name is Victor and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate their ascension process. And one of the most challenging things to get through when you're going on this path is when you're confronted with blockages, blocks. Things internally and oftentimes externally that seem to be blocking you from the forward progression towards your dreams, towards your highest potential. Now, I'm going to give you guys 3 different methods that I personally use. They're very practical, very easy to learn and carry out, that are going to help you quickly uncover the source of these blockages, which is the way of getting through them. The first one is basically a short, easy conversation that you have with yourself. I call it my self-inquiry method. So basically, anytime you experience a block, for example, you're moving consistently forward towards a goal and all of a sudden you find yourself where everything just starts kind of going wrong for you. These random things kind of just get thrown in your path. You become distracted. Whatever kind of block you feel yourself experiencing, rather than feel victimized, which is what most people do, you just sit back and you ask yourself why. I say this so often, but it's such a, people might be getting sick of hearing it, but it is so powerful. And if you can just start doing this, whenever you're confronted with a problem, you will so quickly move through them. So here's how mechanically how I go about doing this. I just sit comfortably, quietly. I get away from my children, my wife. I even put the pets away because they can be annoying sometimes. And I just sit there and I breathe. 3 or 4 deep conscious breaths are enough, usually, to get you kind of out of your head. Because the solution to these blocks are not going to be conjured up or figured out on a mental level. You have to go deep. So you have to get out of your head and into your body. And then once I'm into my body, I pose the question, why am I experiencing such and such block? And then I patiently wait. Again, I'm not trying to go to work mentally to figure this out. I wait. And because usually these blocks, the source of them is something we're holding on deep. That part of us is pushing down there. Part of us doesn't want to know what the source of the block is because we perceive it to be threatening. In the past it was maybe a challenging or even a traumatic experience. We're pushing it away. But as we start to kind of ask, say, hey, what is it? What is it? What is it? It doesn't just usually come up at you. Little pieces of it kind of break off as if it's been like held down at the bottom of the ocean and finally the chains have broken and little parts are floating up to the surface. So you wait. You just wait very patiently, not really expecting all of it to come at once, and then just kind of like pay attention to the clues. The clues, they come in the form of little feelings, emotions that might be representative of a memory or a past experience, these emotions, little thoughts, words, mental images, twitches, energies in your body. All these different subtle clues are going to be, if you allow them to be, they're going to be useful to you because it's sort of like your higher self is trying to help you with this part, and it's going to give you things that it believes are going to be valuable clues to you. Oftentimes you'll need several of these clues to come up before you can actually paint an accurate picture. But that's what I would do when you experience a block. Trying to force your way out of it, trying to deal with all the little tangent-based problems that come up, you're going to be running around in circles, okay? Find the source. This next one is a technique that I use a lot, and it's right when I'm waking up in the morning. I find that when I'm like in that in-between stage where I kind of know it's morning, I'm aware on some level I'm awake in a sense. If something was to happen in the room, I'd be like aware of it. But at the same time, I can very easily access that dreamy state, okay? So I allow that in-between state, in between unconscious sleep and being totally awake, that in-between little dreamy state where you're kind of like in and out of a dream, you can get a lot of clues there. A lot of the stuff that isn't quite ready to come into your conscious mind can be present there. And if you can keep kind of going in and out of it, it's a very subtle inner fine line you walk to get good at this. But if you just try it, just take what I'm saying and actually apply it, you'll become very good at entering, staying, and coming out of this dream state as you pick up clues. And in this little in-between state, your higher self, your guide, your angels, whatever you perceive them to be, are like, hey, here he is. Let's try to paint a picture for him with some weird dream imagery that can help him with moving forward. And just have that intention of going in for answers. Being open and willing to whatever might come up. Number 3, it's not much of a solution, but at least it's a solution to feel better. It's a solution to not being so frustrated when these blocks come, because it's frustrating. In fact, for an example, this is like the 4th video I've tried to shoot today. I feel very blocked. I feel very emotionally blocked, very mentally cloudy. I feel way off my game, but yet I didn't upload a video yesterday, and I know how YouTube works. You have to kind of commit to a certain frequency, and if you like deviate from your however many videos you upload on a weekly basis, they start quickly dropping your rankings down, and then my YouTube channel will shrink. And so I felt very like, you gotta make a video, man. But I felt blocked. I had all these bullshit things coming up. And I tried number 1 and number 2 to no avail. So what do? It's like a last-ditch effort. What I'm doing personally now, it's allowing it, because I know that a lot of times, a lot of these blocks, a lot of these problems that pop into our life are not necessarily representative of your current vibrational world. They're residual. We live in a time lag where you might have been emitting a particular a distorted vibration your entire life, and say you transcended that and overcame that and modified it a month ago. You had such momentum that there's still residual energetic waves that will come in and kind of ripple out and still manifest and play out in your life, even if it has nothing to do with who you are in this very moment. And sometimes you just gotta suck it up and say, wow, I was living a certain way for so long. Apparently, there's a little bit of this left, and then you just let it play out. For me, it's when I had a lot of apprehension making these YouTube videos. It's kind of a nerve-wracking process, as you can imagine, to put yourself out there. So I had all these emotional issues with it, and I'm overcoming them. I've overcome a lot of them, but again, I had such an amount of them in the past that sometimes when I go to make a video, I'll look and nothing was shot, or my cat won't stop messing around. I've dropped my phone and broken it before. All these random things, I go to upload it and the internet's taking freaking forever, or sometimes the lighting gets randomly, unexpectedly, totally messed up where I can't even use the video, even though it was awesome. All these random things happen. This is just one example. You might experience this in your other life, or in your own life, going forth towards goals that you have. So part of it is just accepting it. Initially I decided I'm not going to even make a video. Screw it. I'm not going to put any garbage out there. But then I got this idea to talk about this. And even though I can feel my energy is not as clear as I like it to be when I make the videos, I'm accepting that. Because part of it, I'm happy that you guys can see that I'm not like this perfect guru guy. I'm a human being going through an ascension process that just happens to like talking about it. Okay? So step 3 or number 3 is sometimes just allow it. If you've done your best to deal with it, and it's presently not something that's going to move for you, then just let it be. And then you can at least chill out and relax about it. This summer, you're going to probably find yourself confronted with a lot of blocks. We're kind of reaching the tail end of this massive journey we've all been on, in a sense. And it's going to be one massive cathartic experience for a lot of us. And that can oftentimes manifest in blocks, life problems, repetitive cycles, just playing out for the last time. So do your best, but at the same time, allow it to unfold. And you don't have to be so stressed during it. You don't have to think you're doing something wrong. Good luck, guys. Peace.